What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and I have another one of the awesome limited edition box sets from our good friends over at WizKids. If you've missed it, they started this with Big V's, and they've kind of continued this going forward. And it is essentially a 5-box set that includes specific miniatures. I did the Big V's one back before Gen Con happened, and this is the Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk set. It comes with 5 specific minis that are obviously unique to the game, which I promise I will get to covering all of those monsters in a future video, maybe this week if we have time. And yeah, it is not available yet. It is releasing in November, so you'll have to wait a little bit to get your hands on one of these. It is retailing for $50, so you're going to get 5 miniatures of varying sizes. And again, some of these are very common types you're more than likely going to see pretty frequently in the adventure itself. But yeah, we'll go ahead and open this up and take a closer look. Also, thank you again to the WizKids team for sending this over. But also, if you missed it, they've been doing on their social media channels these sort of miniature reveals. And I was actually likely enough to be a part of it, where they basically give you screenshots and like images of the miniatures that are going to be in it before they kind of release them to the public, so you get to debut them. And I think they might be doing the same thing again with Planescape, which I do actually have one of these limited edition box for Planescape as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these all out of their shell here. And one of them does have... Interesting that they constantly keep changing how they affix these. We've had some where they're just kind of stuck, and some where I've actually had to really wrench to get them out of the plastic. Sometimes we have the twist ties are pretty common. This is actually more of like the elastic bungee cord style, which I don't believe we've seen too many of WizKids minis in the past. So yeah, I guess we'll just jump in up close and take a look here. Well, that's where we'll get to that, but that's you can see the price there, $50. Let's go ahead and take a look. So first up, we have the Psionic, I guess I should say spoilers, I guess, for Phandelver and Below. In case you're unaware, so this is the Psionic Goblin here. And as you can see, it is the standard sort of orange coloration of the D&D Goblin. However, with some sort of green effects, kind of translucent magical effects, as you can see here. This one has a sword, kind of with a green flame. Green flame. And then again, a little bit here in the offhand. We have an Encephalon Gemule, which is just this sort of kind of weird eyeball, alien-looking tendrilled thing. Again, when we cover it in the full monster video, you'll get an idea. We have a corrupted, I have to pan up a little bit here, corrupted villager, which I think is pretty self-explanatory, but also not too bad on the different facial expressions here. The little like random red patch on the normal looking arm, kind of a little odd to me, but for the most part, a reasonable, miniature here. We kind of have this sort of transformation where the body is kind of transitioning over to this kind of deep red color, but all in all, not bad. And then we get to my two favorites here. We have the Otyugh Mutate, which, again, as you can tell, is just sort of a standard kind of Otyugh miniature, but with this sort of translucent yellow, which almost makes it look grosser than normal. This sort of translucent yellow design. But for the most part, it does still have the sort of standard Otyugh design with the 2 spiked tendrils, the middle kind of tentacle with the eye stalks on it, and then obviously all the teeth and the 3 legs there. I think this one's very cool. Again, as you know, if you know me, translucent effects, I'm a sucker for those. And then we have the Flesh Meld, which is just gross. Just all kinds of gross. which is essentially a mass of flesh and bones. Some kind of have these sort of lamprey-like mouth with teeth sticking out of them. You see some spines with vertebra and ribs on them. Just gross. This is kind of almost like stitched up the side here. Again, I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head if these particular miniatures are going to be in the base Phandelver set, or if the only way to acquire these is in the limited edition sets. I know that wasn't the case with the Big B's ones, as we had received the Big B's box set, and then we'd gotten several of those in the actual brick that we did an unboxing of. But yeah, there you go. There's a good kind of look at the entire set of miniatures there. I don't know. I think they're pretty cool. I really, really like the more I read into Phandelver and Below and the Shattered Obelisk. I really, really enjoy it. I think it is because it has the nostalgia factor. And, you know, I've run a lot of pre-written adventures in my time in 5th edition, but I've run none more than Lost Mines of Phandelver. I've probably run Lost Mines of Phandelver from start to finish 6 times with different people, some with the same people in different campaigns, some just with fresh people. I love Lost Mines of Phandelver. I think it does a really good job of encapsulating the quintessential Dungeons and Dragons experience, and to see it taken to another level with added content and a continuation definitely is, I think, a good thing. It's also a good sort of, not that 5th edition is going away, we know it's not, but it's sort of encapsulating the 10-year period of 5th edition before we get the 2024 rules revisions. But anyway, yeah, I really like these miniatures. I'll put a Amazon affiliate link in the description down below. If you pick it up from that, I will benefit slightly monetarily from that if you choose to do so. Once again, a shout out to the folks from WizKids for sending this over for review purposes. Again, at some point in the future when the bricks become available, we'll probably do kind of a review or unboxing of those. And there is also a premium figure, which is something I didn't get to mention at the start. These limited edition box sets are in, you know, addition to the random booster bricks and the premium figure, right? Every set has sort of a hype, high-end, cool-looking figure, and then these now have these limited edition box sets that have a collection, sometimes unique, sometimes not, and then the actual brick itself. So, excuse me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.